All right, what's going on, guys? WeBull is back again, and we are back with another podcast, something that we haven't done in literally forever. But now with the new changes that we do have for Bleach Brave Souls, we actually have quite a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to the future of the game. So y'all wanna introduce yourselves?
We back plugged in again. It's your boy the Prophet. What's the play, everybody?
Hey guys, I'll have to go after this one, but hey guys, cool here. Hope you guys doing well.
It's the boy Shin, the pleb up of this group. How y'all doing?
Hello, it's the Riddler.
All right, so we do have a lot of stuff to discuss, and I guess we're going to start off with the lack of the KLab Game Station live streams that we've been having. Well, lack thereof, I suppose. Cool, you want to take it from there because you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, so essentially it's been like over a month, almost like 6 weeks now. So the last KGS was on the 24th of December, and in that one, Alberto did tell us that they will change the format because they just feel like they don't have enough content for it. Essentially, they just admitted that they don't really know what they're doing in that weekly show because the game is very slow. Like they didn't say the game is slow. They didn't want to point fingers at their own company, but this is what we get from what he was saying. Like he felt sorry for us because we had to watch this on a weekly basis, and it was completely empty. Because all the news we had it already. They were just like wearing weird stuff. Like you can probably see on the screen if you put it on the Spite. Like he was wearing like a reindeer cap or something. Alberto, like he
was doing anything, and like that's what I was saying is that you could tell like the people, and I'm not going to say anybody's names, but like you could tell some of the employees in the streams, they literally hated that they couldn't give us info because they know stuff and they're like, we're sorry, we can't really give you anything, but stay tuned for in-game news tonight. It's like, dog, what are we here for? Like, never any news.
They were definitely like detached from the community, and the fact that they didn't really have news very often, and they were kind of just like sitting there, and that's not to throw shade or anything like that, because it's not their fault. Like they're not the ones that make the game; they're just the ones that present it to us, right? But even the English, literally any other live stream, but the JP tends to be, or at least for content creators, kind of useless because we end up just getting all the info from the JP if they have actual news like gameplay or whatever.
Right.
So
we even get leaks. Like that Yama one. Like that was all. That was not the JP one.
That was
I mean, actually, those KGSs do have some value, especially the English one, because Alberto gave us some golden moments. So,
I'm not gonna lie, I felt so bad.
Bro, when he asked to buy the account, when he got like a 3-in-1. He was like, "Can I buy this one?" Like seriously,
yes, can I have the account?
Can I? Like he was like, what did he say? He said like they don't need it. Like what did he say?
They don't need it. Oh, I love that. That's so funny. That's another thing. Yo, whenever they summon on those accounts, I'm just like so like I don't care because it's like I know that they're not gonna be actually playing with those. I think that Alex, for one of the games, I think it's Kama Tsubasa, they actually use their own account or something. Mm-hmm. So like that in my opinion is so much more exciting to like, I hope they actually get something because that's what that's what you play with.
Their account.
Right.
Yeah.
They use like bot accounts, so it's like it doesn't really matter. Like they don't even play the game. You can tell they don't play the game because like they're bots at the game.
Yeah, I've
like there's one person that doesn't play the game. It's a new like French one, like the new French girl that came in to replace Matt. This girl is completely new. She had never played any of the games before, and she was like ramping up. I think she came like a month ago or something. She joined Dora on the live streams.
Yeah, I saw that.
And she was just saying out loud, like, I'm not too sure how this works. I'm not too sure about the game. I'm still figuring it out and stuff. Like, they were someone who had no experience. Like, I wonder what the interview process is at KLab. It's like,
right, can you speak Japanese,
French?
Bro?
Yes. Can you speak English? Yes. Can you speak Japanese? Fine. Have you played any games on your phone? Yeah, I've played Angry Birds before. Yes, you're
Angry Birds? Yeah, my man playing Flappy Birds, bro. Yeah, the fact that they have people that don't actually play the games actually really does bother me in such a big way.
Yeah,
because we could literally be, like they just need to be more outright with the content creators because like we promote their game for free. At the end of the day, like we're like I know me myself. I'm up every news. You feel me? Every news drop. You know what I'm saying to
Bro.
see what's going on, and you know, and so people can help plan. Like, but yeah, so it's pretty much just about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's sad that he literally had to say there's not enough content in the game to continue these live streams, and we can't provide you guys with any new information.
They do these live streams, but like we already know what's coming, so it's like not new to us because of like people like the Soldex and Riddler. Like we already know what's coming because of like the leaks and whatnot.
But look
So
at
it's
the official Discord. Like official Discord, you're not allowed to talk about any like leaks, data mines, and stuff like that. So it's like like you're for a whole week you're supposed to pretend that you don't know what's coming to the game, and then like after like everyone's been talking about it for a week now, the news finally drops in game. It doesn't even drop on the server. Like they don't even show the news of the game on the server.
Yeah, I know.
You have to find it in game, and then you can freely talk about it on that server. I'm like,
to be fair,
one of our Discord servers, just because the news comes there.
To be fair though, that's like a completely understandable reason though. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable.
No, I'm saying not displaying the in-game news on the server as well, because they could at least upload official in-game news on the server so that there's at least some content, because they own the content. So they could at least share the official news when it drops on the server with everyone to have at least a bit of reason to be on there, you know?
I mean, we're getting the news from the developers themselves, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of interesting. What?
We'll see him back in 2022, I guess.
That was literally last week. That was literally last week.
I think they said they were going to be doing that once a month now.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, still, they have like a platform. They can leverage it to at least share some news with like the in-game news on this, which is just like a copy paste from what they currently have on that in the game, to be honest. Or share the gameplays. Do they share the gameplays in the server as well, like a link to the gameplays?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Like they might have Twitter automatically feeding in one of the channels.
Yeah, probably.
Literally.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they have that.
Their only form of news in the Bleach Brave Souls Discord is their Twitter like little section.
Yeah. Which everybody has as well, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yes, absence of KGS is a big one. They did send a tweet as well to complete that statement during the KGS on 24th of December, saying that the planning in January will be disrupted, and also for the KGS, Alberto said clearly, which is we're going to rethink of the format of that one, and once we find something that makes sense, we will come back with new live streams.
That's good.
Yeah. But ever since no news, it's like they really haven't found anything. Either there's no news or they just haven't found an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's like how they could. Damn, I don't know, man. Like BBS has always been one of those. Every 2 weeks we get news, and it's almost always only a banner. Like the content is really dry. Too. Like we were talking about it earlier. Like Epic Raids is just a chore. Like there's no ×5 run still. We don't have I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the point event all the time, but like there's anything special about the point event. Just
there's no change. Like I feel like BBS, I said all the time, it's the point event simulator. And like when you're a player that's been playing for years, when you're a new player, dog, if I was a new player and I make video, I whenever there's a boosted point event, I always make a video because people be like, "Oh my god, I just didn't know this. Thank you so much for letting me know." They'd be like, "Bro, grind your heads off, bro. Like this is when you grind because you can get all these new characters. You can stop complaining so much about never having bonuses for the point event. You can get a lot of the bonuses that are frequented in the premium pool for the most part. Some like there's at least 3 premium characters.
The only challenge is if you're a new player. Yes, the point event is the best value because you can get the premium, the racial tickets, get some premium characters, even the newest ones and so on. Only issue is as a new player, you are gonna obviously miss on most of the bonus characters. So you're not gonna be benefiting from all the rewards. You're gonna get less rewards. You're gonna get less points. So the point event is even grindier for you. as
True
leader.
enough.
And every time you have a new one, it's going to be just the same because you won't be able to get the characters you need for the point events. It's always going to be this way. You're probably going to have all support on the banner. You might get one banner, maybe two, so that's going to save you. But otherwise,
That would be
it's
it.
going
That
to
would
be
be it.
that's it exactly, because most of the characters, like I think I've seen like movie Ichigo or some old character like this, like it's very rare to get as a bonus. I'm like, how the hell are they supposed to get that unit as
That's
a bonus?
a-
Like, there's no way.
That's an incredibly good point. I think it would be cool if they could put in like a banner with like incredibly high rates. Okay, and and before people come up in arms like, why would you do a banner on that? But like with incredibly high rates that actually pull like a point event unit. Something
Right,
like maybe
yeah, just
like
for the-
15, 20%, just because it's like these characters are useless aside from a link, you know?
I
Yeah,
mean, like,
100%. Well,
the-
not all. Like when the transcendence system has been introduced, everybody was like laughing at the fact that KW released like all those new units with like status element, second soldier. They were like, like you're giving them like a second soldier. It's like a second life. You have a good opportunity there to do something right, and you give like weaken resistance, paralysis resistance. Why? And then the new harder guild quest drops a year and something later, a year and a few months later, and those characters from V1 Transcendence are now relevant. Like, if you want to run harder guild quest, you have to use Shunsui Fun Resurrection. You have to use Attack Team Shunsui Resurrection. Like, all those characters are now, like Chad, OG Chad, V1 Chad, Power Chad.
The one Chad, I love it.
Relevant.
yeah.
He's now relevant. And it makes you wonder, like, first of all, did they plan this all along? Like, did they know that we will be using those characters now? So we complained for like a year and a half. They looked at us, they laughed at us, and then now they're like, who was right?
Well, like that's the thing. I've always kind of preached the value of dual links since the earlier days because y'all know we used to get frenzy characters, and I kind of wish that the name was changed, but it is what it is. But we know frenzy characters different. Like, you got to be a little more specific. If you say frenzy character, people are thinking about a character with frenzy, but no, they're the original characters. The Power Byakuya that came out, he was the first character with strong attack recharge, a strong attack damage, and even then, people were still slighting the character. Like, I remember they're like, this isn't really good. Like the link is. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like. It's just like when stuff first happened, because back in the day, people used to think strong attack recharge was bad. It was because strong attacks were so horrible back in the day.
Yep.
Like, I was telling somebody, I think I was talking to Jen. I was like, bro, back in the day, you used to have to use your first and then second strong attack to break the guard of one enemy. That's why there could only be one enemy with guard, like per floor or like per level, like per room in that map or whatever. Because if you weren't, you were sitting there for 3-4 minutes just breaking two guards of these two huge hollows that if you didn't could one shot you.
It's funny you say that because now the opposite is like relatively true, where it's like if the NAD character doesn't have guard break, you can't really break guard. Yeah, they end up becoming useless because you better hope to God you have a fucking strong attack ready or goodbye. Have fun waiting there for a good 8 seconds.
That's because Kira made a mistake. They made a mistake at the very start of the game. Like, they released an accessory that was too overpowered for its time, which was the Chappie. And the Chappie was giving such an advantage to any NAD unit that SAD units were completely lacking of. Like, first of all, activation times were very slow. Second of all, they weren't breaking guard, so you had to use multiple ones. And then you had the NAD units with Chappie, and Chappie was giving a major boost to every other stat. So Chappie really completely broke the game, and that's why in the new iteration of items, KLab decided to break the boost by affiliation. They were like, right, we're not going to do the same mistake and give like an item that gives you like massive SP increase like the Chappie. We're going to have tea set, teacup, coffee set, coffee. They're going to like just diversify for like every type of affiliation. This way, it dilutes the pool, it makes it more hard to get and so on. Because Chappie was way too broken. Way too broken. They realized this afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not a lie. Let's go ahead and kind of make a clean transition into the banner duration thing, because like that's like been a real big thing, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the no live streams. There just been and then this month the resurrection characters got pushed back. Now, there has been like a change of passing of the batons of the torches in K-Lab, so we understood that there was going to be some delays. We're pretty sure that's what happened with the resurrection characters, but we had the chart in here. It's actually in this chat, but of how long it's been since they've started cutting the banners, the duration of the banner. So what this essentially means, for the whole duration of this game up until I would say like 6 to 8 months ago, one mid-month lasted until the next end of month. So that's how it happened consistently. So you could wait until until you had news on the next banner before you had to decide, okay, let me go back in. Some people didn't wait, but a lot of really smart people, they would maybe go 5 steps the first day, and then they will wait about, 10 days and wait until we get some information, see what the next banner is, and then make the decision. And now we don't have that ability. And not a lot of people even noticed that the dates were shortened now.
Yeah, no, I didn't know this, for example. If you didn't bring this to my attention, I hadn't noticed. I was just like,
Exactly.
Like I said, I was literally in a live, and I said that in like 2 news videos in a row, and I'm like, yo, like this banner ends on the 24th. Like there was on like 12 days in the banner, and I'm like, what? Hold on, 12 days, and I was like, that's fishy. And then I went and asked Riddler, and he ended up looking it up, and I was like, yo, so this has been something that's kind of been happening for some months now, where some months the banner goes to the 31st, and then it'll skip, and then somewhere in the 25th or the 26th, like it'll alternate. It's this really weird thing where there's no consistency as to when the next banner. It's like they can change it whenever they want. You can have news before the banner ends one day, but before a hype banner or before the K-Lab live stream or before global anniversary, before anniversary, January, right? That they don't give us the news before that. You got to make a decision. All right.
At the end of the day, K-Lab doesn't owe us anything.
Yeah.
The only problem is
they're trying to make money.
Treat us, and they do not communicate. Like, honestly, I don't mind them doing whatever they do, but the thing is, do communicate with us. Like, don't treat us like like bags of potatoes or something. Like, do speak with us. Do communicate. Like, if you have a change of planning, or if you're gonna have irregular planning on the banner, just like say we are gonna have an irregular planning. So we have expectations, and you manage our expectations. That's it. Do whatever you want, but manage our expectations.
Yeah.
Just give us like a heads up, I guess.
That's the thing, and like it's kind of misleading to newer players because I'm looking at this, for example, like May of 2020, the banner ended on the 31st. The mid-month ended on the 31st, but then June, the mid-month ended the 26th. Like both of them started the 16th. So this banner you had 15 days, but then the next banner there was only 10 days. Like literally, this is 2 mid-months straight in a row. 5 days cut out in between, and it literally alternates because in July mid-month ended on the 31st, but that started later. But then August ended the 26th.
I mean, I don't blame them for it, to be honest. I mean, like, well, obviously I blame them for it, but like I don't really think it's a negative thing because I understand, like, at the end of the day, K-Lab is a business, right? They don't want people waiting for the next banner. They don't want people knowing what's coming next because that's exactly why they merged the release dates. For those that don't know, Japan was a month, 2 months ahead, and then they slowly started bringing them together, right? Yeah. So
it was the first 1,000-year blow war, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
September.
Yeah,
and then they released like the Stonk banner back in September, just out of nowhere, like very quickly, just to make up because it came out in JP and we didn't have it, etc.
Yeah, so I don't blame them for cutting the dates. I don't necessarily. I wouldn't call it misleading either if they consistently do it. Like for example, these the guaranteed step 5, guaranteed 5-star step 5. Like I didn't really think that was a misleading thing since they started doing that on a regular basis. If that's the new way that they want to do things, it's absolutely their right. Like we're at their whim, right?
And that's the fact.
Yeah,
that's the fact.
Yeah, so like I don't know, my opinion when it comes to like summons and like a bunch of banners, because I actually prefer them coming out with hundreds of banners instead of just 1 to 2 banners. Because if you want a specific character, you now you have the understanding that, okay, the character that I want, I didn't get it this time around, but I'll have them in like maybe 3 to 4 months. There's no longer this like 5 to 6 month wait period with like your older character's not even ever coming back unless it's some movie character, right? So like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Oh, go ahead.
And it's like back in the day, like how you mentioned before, the banners used to come really, really slow. So the fact that they transitioned into like this, constant new banners coming every month, like it's a nice transition. But then again, it's like,
yeah, it's also
how do you go about it?
It's also better for free-to-play players, whether they like it,
right?
Like whether you like it or not. As a free-to-play player, you have a limited amount of orb sources, right? Like, I mean, that's kind of a given. However, if you know that like a bunch of characters are coming out, you can pretty much like wait for a specific character to come back, and with the understanding of, okay, cool, like I have a higher rate to pull them with this Step 5 format than I did back in the day with the 3% format, with less 5 stars being pulled to begin with. Because we have 5% rates with only 5 characters in it now for individuals, whereas before, and you have the guaranteed Step 5 with the discounts on first and second multi. Back in the day, it was you're guaranteed a new character during mid months, right? It was 3% rates, never guaranteed a 5-star. But you were guaranteed a quote-unquote new character because there was 3 characters. So it was the same rate, just now you're getting more 5 stars, which, I mean, it's a lot more necessary now because of Senkaimon. Literally just all the game modes that restrict.
But Spite, do you remember last year, about a month ago last year, same time kind of, the banner dropped, the Fierce Battle banner dropped with Ichigo, Aizen, and Kenpachi. We were talking about it, you and I. And you were really tried hard for that Ichigo, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
And ever since between 2020 when he was released and now, he's been in 34 banners as a filler.
Yeah, I have
34 occurrences.
I got him 4 or 5 without chasing him. Like, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Minus good. Yeah,
and that's why you have to think about it. Now all the characters are getting released in so many banners as fillers. So the truth is, what you're paying for is getting them earlier, because KDAB knows that at some point you will get the units. It's not a matter of whether or not. It's just when are you gonna get them? Are you getting them upon release or not? For example, January mid-month banner, everybody was thinking, yeah, that's a skip and stuff. Yes, it is a skip because you're gonna see those characters featured for like 15 to 20 times by the end of the year in banners. So even if you don't want them, you will get them, regardless of whether you want them or not. You will get them. You're gonna get your 5/5s out by the end of the year. I'm telling you.
So I have a question for you guys. What are your thoughts on the New Year's banner with all the 1,000-year Blood War characters, considering that the rates were the same as Anniversary in terms of banner format?
Amazing banner, best in the game. Will said it. It was the best banner ever, and I'm looking forward to the next one coming for Can't Feel Unwild with all the rounds. I have expectations now.
Hey, like the format was like bad, but the value was good, so it was worth summoning on.
Yeah,
not with like the Anniversary that just like released a couple months back. 2 new good characters, like the rest complete ass, So yeah.
Yeah, because I personally,
value for sure.
I hate that banner format so much, but like the fact that they actually put even great characters as filler, I feel like that was just really, really good.
It was a good balance.
It was literally a rerun of Anniversary. It was a rerun of 5th Anniversary's format, but what they did is they changed the formula and added real value, meaning that no matter what you get, you are going to be happy with your pulls. Like I said in my video, I was like, honestly, I have the fillers, but I cannot feel bad for getting 1,000 Blood War as a filler. Like dropping like a 1,000 Blood War Aizen as a filler or an Ichibe as a filler doesn't hurt as bad as a Renji.
Right. Well, that's what I was gonna say. When your worst character is 1,000-year Blood War Aizen and 1,000-year Blood War Orihime, that's a huge banner because as you know, gameplay wise, Muken Eisen isn't that good, but a lot of people play for collection purposes, like at the end of the day. So they still want to have that unit, me included. Like I summoned for Muken Eisen, even though I knew I wasn't going to be using him. It's just nice to have him. And at a point, I had pretty much all the 1,000 blower characters up to a point.
Like that Muken is collecting the dust in my inventory. Like it's great.
Link slots and never really use them. Like that's the thing. When you have so many link slotted units, it doesn't really matter who you link slot because you're not using 90% of your units ever, bro.
It's really funny, like, because that banner format, sure, the banner format's trash. However, with the banner characters and the fillers, like, it was so funny seeing people actually complain. It's like, oh, I only got a max transcended Toshiro in 5 steps, and I'm just like, he's so good. He's still really freaking good though, and it's like, yeah, but it's not that Ichigo. I'm like, I get that, but like. Imagine that was like Speed Sajin. Imagine that was like yeah, right. Imagine that was your 100th weekend. Like it's crazy. It's just like it's like that's actually not a bad thing.
People are not dumb. It's just that when you get the same unit featured in a like 35, 36 times in a year, and you just see it again and again and again and again. Like I made a you know, like the feelers that we got for the banner, the previous banner.
Yeah.
I made a quick guide on this, like on the image. Let me just like share with you guys. I stood like the Machine Society, not even like an older one, like Machine Society. Let me just share it in the right here. You're gonna see what I mean.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen.
If you look at it from that perspective, it just like changes everything. Like Riruka had been featured in 9 banners since her release a year ago. And then you had the oldest character in the fillers, which was Renji, like Speed Renji. That was 2 years old, and he's been in over 30 banners as a filler. So no wonder why people are getting annoyed by some fillers, and they feel like they've seen them again and again and again and again, because it is the case. Weekend, 35 banners and counting. Hiyori, 28 banners and counting. 1.5 years old character. Like those guys are less than 2 years old, and you've seen them in 30 plus banners. That's like every 2 weeks, like
yep.
Every month, kind of. You're gonna have him in one of the banners. Crazy to think about it this way.
Yeah, I bring that up too. Like during my shitty summons, I'm like, you're gonna get these characters. do not summon specifically for like these like filler characters that are gonna be in here. And now that they're putting in like seasonals as fillers, I think that's such a good change. Thankfully, so you don't have to wait an entire year for them to come back.
My thing with that is like I'm wondering, has anybody been able to like pinpoint the regularity in which a seasonal will come out and then it'll be a filler? Like, because with standard characters, it's normally like 5 months, and then
it's Kayla we're talking about. You know what the regularity is.
Right,
exactly.
It's what it is. Yeah.
The only thing that is for certain is they are gonna come back as fillers. So it's like you're gonna get the characters at one point or another. That's it. Like everybody was chasing potion link units. Now, probably most of the players have at least one of the potion units. I bet it's like Maruka or something. We all had them, but at the time when they released them, they were like so rare, and it was like sought after and stuff like that. But because they've just added them like to almost every other banner in the game as fillers, like no matter which character you wanted, those guys were still fillers. So you would be getting them at some point. You would end up getting them regardless.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time, really.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Time. It's just a matter of time. Like last year, in the span of like 2 weeks, we had value for a whole year in 3 banners. We had the Noel and Nini banner. We had the Everybody Chooses banner. And then we had the end of year, the New Year's banner with like all the 1,000 blood war as fillers. Like 3 banners in the span of 2 weeks that had value for a whole year. So it's just a matter of time. If you don't get them on release, fine. Just wait a little bit. You're gonna have super value banners with everything that you need.
The Nini the Nini Noel re-release was actually really good. It actually made me feel sick for the people that summoned so deeply for them.
Oh god, yeah.
Who didn't? To be honest, we all failed for it.
Yeah, because
I definitely did.
They had 9 characters. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen real quick. I'll put it in the chat.
9 characters, and I think it was 20 steps. and the original was 30 steps.
No,
30
no, no,
steps.
no, D. It was 8 characters, bro. Like because there's
Oh,
only 2
8.
banners, right? They didn't even put an
Right.
extra filler to make up for the 9. So I'm like, wow, this is really good. You have Redux, Toshiro, Machine Society, and they put seasonals in here too. They put the whole Machine
Machine
Society
Society.
banner, dude.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good
I
value.
mean, I had to use bro, it took me so much to get Mac Transit and Nini. Like I used 2 rainbow sources and a mine source. Like it was disgusting.
Nini, you did
Disgusting.
Nini or Noel?
Noah, my
He didn't
bad.
know.
Noah,
Damn
yeah.
it.
I-
I don't think they deserve the Moose sources. Like they're amazing, but like I don't know. I just feel like
Noel?
Noelle for her
She-
time.
no, no,
She's busty, bro.
she is amazing, yes. But I'm saying like what I realized is there's one skill in the game that is just like a superior skill, and that's like Marauder and the other one, like Sharpshooter and Marauder. Those skills alone are just superior. Like regardless of the character, they're just superior. The versatility that they offer is unparalleled.
You're not wrong, but she has half of that being range resistance with double killer.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
And a better
that's why I
killer.
used mine.
I mean,
I'll tell you,
and a better kit than
will
both 5th
release-
anniversary characters.
they will release someone in a similar fashion, but with like Sharpshooter or something like this.
Yeah,
and
but-
just like completely overshadow her.
But when
Like very soon. I give it like 6 months before they release something like this, because it's like they've given her so much, but she's just shy of a little bit that would have made her like next level.
I don't think so. Like
Yeah, I don't think
Noelle
so.
is like bro. She has 85% berserker
damage
built
wise,
in
she's
or something like
she's
that.
busted. Damage wise,
And she-
she's incredible.
But she had the best kit possible though, and she has range resistance with double killers. Like there's literally only 2, literally the 5th anniversary units. You feel me? And
That's the only
That's
two.
it.
I agree with you. These are the only two that are like just like a tier above. That's it.
But,
I agree.
but the thing is, she has a better kit than both. Like the 870 by 3K linked first strong attack, that is literally a whole second strong attack. Like
Yeah.
so you got a full screen times 3 first strong attack, whereas 5th anniversary Biaka, his first it's not going to consistently even kill 1 wave. And then 5th anniversary Ichigo, his first is going to kill a wave and a half, depending on how the mob slides. But Noelle or Lilith Barrow, people like that, can kill 2 waves and damage the 3rd with that first strong attack. That's
The way I look
massive.
at it is we're gonna have 2 more characters as busted as the 5th anniversary units in 4 months time now. And they've already used like the Ichigo and Byakuya with the classic killers, so Holo, Reaper, Acorns, and so on. So
Yeah.
this anniversary, we're gonna have some more interesting killers for those characters, and they're gonna be on par with the 2 that we've had already.
yeah, but
And since we've had power and I don't know.
But the thing is, you can't guarantee that they're gonna be mined.
Oh, no,
you
of
can't
course,
guarantee
no.
what the
100%
attribute they're gonna be or like what they're gonna
No,
get.
you
Because
can't,
for all like you can't just I don't know. My logic is if you keep saving your move sources, you're just gonna keep saving your move sources because better is always gonna come out. That's just facts. Like the 5th anniversary characters are by far leagues above like anything that ever came out like prior to that for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No,
And
without a
that's
doubt.
why, and that's why what I'm doing is I'm only saving the new sources for this kind of characters. Like
Mhm.
there's every now and then you're gonna have some characters that are just gonna be like in a league of their own. So I'm not saving indefinitely. I'm saving until there's the next character that is like in that league, like in that kind of spectrum, and then I'm just gonna blow my new sources on those characters.
I mean,
And
Do
that's
you
it.
have any? Do you have any tech move sources?
I do. Like that before.
Exactly.
I ain't using any. I'm expecting something broken, so
Oh,
I'm not
man.
using any. Like
we've never
tech
gotten
and
a
heart.
tech unit
Tech
for
and
anniversary, so that
That's
Yeah.
gonna be disgusting, man.
I've
I'm
got
hoping
4
we
heart
get a
and
high
4
one.
tech, something like that, or 3 tech
Heart
and 4
and
heart. I'm keeping every one of them, every single one of them, because I feel like something's coming. Like heart, we're lacking now, and
Yeah.
tech, we're lacking.
Yeah.
Tech
Mhm.
and heart are definitely have massive holes in them with SP characters. Let's just get that straight.
Yes,
And
yes.
with SP characters, they have massive holes in them as it pertains to like the current characters, and that pretty much this topic has just been the future of units, and considering the power creep that's happened from last year to this year, it's weird because we feel like the game is. People have always been saying the game is dead, but units are getting stronger, and with this new guild quest, it is getting massively harder to the point where even a max transcended Bankai Rukia, and she got the highest berserkers of anyone with a status element in the game, right next to 5th anniversary Ichigo. But she has the Bankai mechanic, so she does out damage him, and she can't even clear it if you don't have all max transcendent support, the hard guild quest.
Right.
So it's like, you would like now you need a full max transcendent team to clear the harder guild quest.
Bear in mind that also this week is a bit special because we have only like
Spada
times
week
two multiplier. Like other weeks would have like higher multipliers, but this one is like times 2 or 3, I don't remember, which is like on the lower end compared to the other multipliers. So like even though like she's what she is, she also has this disadvantage that she falls on a week where the multipliers are very low.
I do feel like this hard guild quest is just like the first round of power creep. We know 100% that they're coming out with a new way to power up our characters. And I do believe that this guild quest in time will probably be just about as hard as the last guild quest was in terms of power scaling. Like assuming that we have we build up our characters, right? Because
remember how the Espada Guild Quest was the first rotation of the Espada Guild Quest when it came out.
It was toxic.
It was stupid hard.
It was stupid hard. And then, how funny, like 3 weeks later, Swimsuit Apache, boom, and she sounds perfect for that game mode.
Well, it wasn't...
KLab knew.
It wasn't...
knew. What they did is they released it before, they released that rotation before, so people would really experience the pain of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it wasn't just that... Because the first time the Espada Week came out was also during a time when a lot of people were transcending characters they actually liked instead of going for these guild quest characters. Yeah, like I was Transcendence material is a lot more available now than it ever was. But like, I mean, we've been saying that like as the game progressively goes forward, getting resources is going to be significantly easier. Look at Hogyoku's like I don't think I've gone under 9,700 Hogyoku's ever since I farmed up my 10k. So
look at droplets. When the level 200 were first introduced, trust me, you'd see people left and right with characters at level like 167, 162.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. And the Hogyoku's will.
Like, getting someone at 200 was like, yo, you see this dude? He's got like a character at 200.
Right. And Hogyoku's wills too, like those were so rare. Like I wanted to die.
You had to choose which character you wanted to evolve to 6-star. It's like, right, okay, I can do either this one or that one, but I only have this quota a month, so I need to really choose one.
Yeah, you could only. Yep, you could only.
Three characters, so it's 9 a week, right?
No. You could only do one character a week.
3 a week.
It was
3 a week. Yeah.
It was
1 character.
Yep, 1 character a week, and after like 3 to 4 weeks, then you can get a second character that week because like, and that's assuming that you farmed. And this was during a time when you couldn't auto co-op. Co-op was ×1 run. There was no ×5 run. Okay, boys. Like, yeah. Now we're getting what?
We're getting comfy, eh?
×6 runs for real.
Low potion droppage. So like you couldn't really link slot characters with the ×1 run. You had like what is that? Like 4 to 6, and that was a lot to people. And now we're getting what 150 per ×4 run if you care. It's per ×5 run if you carry. If you have the passport.
Because the new players forgot this, but they don't know this. But like when IZ was first introduced, first of all, like there was like one whole week for just one color, which was speed. Like, that was the first one. Yep. So that was intense. And then what they did is they released it like on a daily schedule. So like each day you would have one single different color, and then on the weekends you'd have I think all of them. Something like that.
No, that was later that they put all of them.
3 in 1. It was 3 in 1 day, and then 2 in another, like they always do it.
Yeah, it was like very hard. Like you needed 12, like you needed a good like 10 to 12 hours of co-op to be able to farm a full 10 units.
Yeah,
well, that's what I was gonna say is that when this new guild quest drops, it feels like the first week of IZ. There's bro, when like you guys don't know it, newer players that know you know this, bro. Characters have come so far, right?
Yep.
But like, bro, when those big,
The small
huge
hollow and the huge
rolling
hollow,
hollows
yes.
with that guarded ranged and melee, when they came into the game, we were literally running. We were flash stepping backwards to the very start of that map room to get some space to dodge this damn big hollow that would literally one shot
Insta-kill
you.
you.
And come
With-
from off screen. Come from off
Yeah,
screen as
come
well.
from
Like, you don't
off
see,
screen.
you don't even see
Yep.
them coming. They're huge,
Yep.
but you don't even see where they come from.
Yep. And luckily, you've always been able to reset, like force close the game or whatever,
Not in co-op.
and everything. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying in single player because that was
Yeah.
my experience. Like it was like, cause bro, you co-op was so hard you didn't do it. You couldn't get good enough players to do IZ co-op back in the day. Like that was the thing. You needed Discord to do that. So yeah, like it's come such a long
I
way.
feel
And
so
when this
bad.
new guild quest came out, it literally reminded me of that. Like I just tried the hard guild quest. I knew I couldn't beat it, but I just tried it, and I'm like, dude, I could get to the 4th wave, but I couldn't kill the. You feel me? It's like,
Yeah.
wouldn't happen.
When it comes to this hard guild quest, though, if the next power up isn't very, very significant, I'm really concerned about this hard guild quest because of how it's structured. Like we have,
Yeah.
It's gonna
You
be
know it will.
significant.
we have like
you know it will. It's always been this way.
hold up, because let me finish this point. The thing with this hard guild quest is right now you have 3 characters with weakened immunity for Espada Killer. Next week you have 3 characters with burn immunity for the no affiliation week, right? So my concern is this just a way to squeeze milk the whales in order to spend more money? Because these status elements are not going to stay for the next rotation. They're just not.
Mm-hmm.
This Nemu has I forget the resistance that she has. Yoruichi has poison resistance, I think. And so like I feel like these characters are being groomed into like this person's going to be for this guild quest, and they're going to be ideal for one guild quest.
That's
Yeah,
stinky. Yeah, that's really scummy. But like the thing is, that's the thing that makes gacha games so extremely hard, because you have these set limitations, and you can just sit there and be comfortable with where you are, or you can either spend money, or you could spend lots of extra hours grinding and prepping yourself to be able to beat this harder content. And some people can't find a balance with, okay, just let me stay where I am. Like, bro, do y'all not, and obviously I know you know, but I'm like, do y'all not think I can't beat hard guild quest? If I really put resources, of course I could, but I don't care. You
yeah,
see what
same.
I'm saying? But
I'm the same way.
for
I told
me-
my guild, dude. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'll be real with
It's
y'all.
over.
I don't have time for this. I'd rather make money. Like
It's
I got
over.
stuff to do.
yeah. And like, bro, because we know the struggle of being in the S rank guild in the old guild quest, bro. I was doing guild quests. Like one guild quest ticket used to take me anywhere between 20 minutes to 45 minutes sometimes. Like in the old guild quest resetting, I had 2 accounts in S rank guild, one in my guild, Kudai Suki, and one in Espada. So I had 2 S rank guilds, and I did guild quests every single day. And I knew if I missed the day, the whole team was let down. I'm not about to put myself through that continuously. I do guild quests casually because that's the best source of orbs, and I can complete every day. Every guild quest, I can just beat it. Doesn't matter what time. You know what I mean? But some players won't understand, oh, I've only been playing for 30 days. I can't beat Senkai Mode. I can't beat guild quest. I can't beat this or that. And they just want to know how to get stronger faster when it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's what
Yeah, it
people
really
don't
is.
really understand.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've actually seen someone post something on Reddit, which was about why it's worth doing guild quest. Like, I think he like recorded all the rewards he got over a 1 month period of time, and if my memory is right, I think he got about like 200 to 250 orbs just from doing guild quest, from the rewards that you get by doing all 3 tickets. So
Yeah.
doing guild quest
Oh, yeah.
is definitely worth it because it adds up like almost 200 to 250 orbs just from those rewards. So definitely worth it. The thing is, I want to touch base on the other point, which is KLab introduced innate skills, so that's the new thing. Like they started with like Yama innate skills and stuff, and among those innate skills, you also have status immunity, element immunity, which is good. It could have been the way that KLab decides that this is how you fare in a new guild quest because every stage is going to have hazards. That's fun, but I don't think that like KLab is going to play the cards this way because otherwise it means that you have to always get the newest characters, and the problem is because they seem to be they might be rotating the hazards as well. So like a new character that has this type of immunity for this harder guild quest this week might not be as relevant like in 2 weeks time when in the next rotation when the hazards have shifted again. So I think this is not how they want to go about it in terms of the new power system. These are more like commodities. So they view the innate skills with aimant immunity as commodities to facilitate things for certain units when they come. But in the long run, the way to fare in those kind of guild quests would be something rather like inherit some skills from other characters. Maybe like you could inherit an extra one skill from a character, or who knows,
I mean, that sounds absolutely busted. Like anything that's and that's really not too far off, right? Like, like you do have a link, like you have a skill, so you already are technically sharing, your skills or whatever. I just think like any game, like no game is going to ever give you that much customization that like makes their money off of you summoning for other characters. So like anything where you can pick or choose this, if it's not like they wouldn't want me to have a character and my Toshiro has weaken resistance, but yours got pyro, weak freeze or something like that.
Oh my man, you play too much Genshin, bro.
Yeah, like they want to keep everything kind of standard as far as the characters. So like but that's the thing, it's just leading to more specificity, like specified art, specified accessories, no affiliation, Soul Reaper, Aron card. Then you got specified guild quest. Then you got specified. Then you got range or melee, and then you got range, melee, or resistance. Like it just puts us as players in a position where you feel like you want to summon for everything, even though you have everything. Like there's not enough uses for our characters in this game, and that's my biggest issue.
Yeah,
like there's not enough uses for my Max Transcendent Tokinata. Like there's just not enough uses for him.
Yeah, to go along with what you're saying, sorry to cut you off. Like I have, like I was saying, I have a few Max Transcended units, and some of them I don't even use. I don't remember the last time I used Kirinji. Don't remember the last time I used Tokinata, aside from like PvP, just because I just like Tokinata. And then like a lot of people come at my throat because I didn't link slot Lile Baro, because I mean I don't have Momo, so I have 0 like red potions, and I've already done showcases. I'm never going to use the Lile Baro because there's just no point, right? Like if I have Max Transcended Ichigo, if I have a Max Transcended Spirit Society Byakuya, why am I going to work on another range Soul Reaper killer that deals significantly less damage just because of dupes, right? So like until I have a real use for like these characters, then I will go out of my way to like link slot them with like rainbows. But it's like, why are you going to work on all these characters that you're literally never even going to play with?
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what they do with that.
Like I totally agree, and I saw your little bro. Don't he got like level 5 SP there or something like that?
Yeah, he's 10 now. I used like 8,000 rainbow potions because I thought 17,000 was enough.
Yeah, bro, I got like 22,000 and 24,000 rainbows. I'm just throwing them on there. But like I see what you mean, and like that's the thing. That's the thing about this game. It's so much exclusion as far as what characters can be used when. That's why when you get characters like 5th anniversary Ichigo or Byakuya, like it's so funny because like the jury is so different on the 5th anniversary characters. I have some people that are like, yeah, but 5th anniversary Byakuya's his first is range collision, so he ass. I'm like, are you serious? Like, bro, the thing is, I don't like range collision because it's not good. There's never been a person that's had a range collision strong attack that had anything to make up for it, but a strong attack that is double damage, guard break, Marat, like sharpshooter. Yeah, that more than makes up for it.
Yeah,
So,
that-
It just
I
has
don't-
more value.
that's the only
Yeah, I
reason
don't-
I even give like Nini even a reasonable like okay pass on it. Like I still think it sucks, sure, but like as long as the character is strong enough to do something with it, okay.
I mean, I can see that. I can see that. And that's why it's harder to place some characters over others because, like,
No.
I literally tested it, right? Like, speed clearing, Bankai or Thousand Blower Ishin versus 5th Anniversary Byakuya. Bro, Ishin clears faster. Like, I'm telling you, I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Like, I went into it. I was certain that Byakuya would do it because of second strong tech. You don't realize how slow his second strong tech actually does have to seek, and then it just makes you think like, damn, Ishin just cleared 2.5 waves with this first, while Byakuya had to combine 2 and 3 strong attacks. You know what I'm saying, to clear this room, you know, because of how slow the vortex is. So it's like I'm like, well, as just a hollow killer base up, you can use both of them in the content. Ishin's going to clear content faster. Byakuya can auto like a dream god.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're going manual, Ishin finishes faster. But if you want to go versatility or auto, it's Byakuya all day. But what's more important to you?
Yeah,
It's like
I
your
agree.
preference than what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I value Byakuya a lot more just because, like, not having to worry about anyone that joins your lobby in Extreme Co-op is super nice. Like, having 3 Byakuyas and then you just open a lobby, you're like, I still see so many.
Matter.
2 melees, 2 range, please bring melee. And I'm just like, I'm just bringing my Ichigo. I'm just bringing my Byakuya. I'm just bringing, like, Noelle, Nini. Like, Nini's still the best unit for, like, Extreme Co-op. Like,
yeah,
which is funny considering how, like, if she didn't have that skill, she'd be fucking horrible. Like, that first strong attack is still mid, or the second strong attack is pretty mid, but that nullify range resistance helps a lot.
Yeah.
Without that skill, she's Udio.
Yeah, without that skill, she's worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that is one thing about Thousand Blower Udio. At least the second strong attack.
Oh, I love that
like,
Udio.
Some people that like anybody that has a boost or barrier move for a second strong attack, if you don't have a 960 boost second strong attack, I don't have hope for you.
Dude,
like, I'm sorry.
Oh man, I'm so happy they started doing that. As soon as I saw that on Masaki, I'm like, it's finally happening.
I said it too.
Masaki got the bread skis, bro.
Oh man,
I said the same thing. Yeah, because it's important. Because like I know, and I know we're off topic. We'll get right back on topic. But like I just want to say real quick, like you guys know, you guys have been playing for a while. But I hate watching boost characters auto. It literally makes me so mad. You got a character that has a 550 rated, 575 rated second strong attack, and they literally use it and don't hit anyone. Go up to the mobs who are guarded and then just melee them and just die. Like with the 960 boost, you are going to hit anything that's there. It doesn't matter that you're not intentionally using the boost move to hit enemies, but with that move you will hit your target when you're auto.
Yeah, I'm looking at Kenpachi, and the radius on his boost is 467.
Jesus Christ.
the broken. Oh my god, I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was shorter than others. Who's a boost unit? I forget. Let me go to Halibel.
She has Havoc though.
Yeah,
Halibel.
You're right. Yeah, Halibel's I was right. It's 525 now 575. It's even worse, bro. It's even worse.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, and you're already losing 20-second cooldown, and then you throw in the fact that when you auto, you're throwing out an entire strong attack. So it's like I'm just glad that now we're in a period where boosting characters are actually like very powerful. Like if this new Yoruichi was tech and she had her exact same kit and she was tech, people would max transcend her.
Yeah,
she would be a good unit. Without a doubt, yeah.
She's still a great unit. It's just there's better. There's just crazy.
She's our SR killer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got the.
Isn't she Holo Killer?
She's Holo Killer.
The new. Oh, I meant. But what in my brain, she's competing with Fugetsu. That's why I'm she's competing with Fugetsu. That's her competition. Like, So,
But she's a boost unit as well, and like as we said earlier, you know, like the only other boost unit in that niche is Jackie. So it's
yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Jackie, like
Yeah.
it's a big
That's an
upgrade.
improvement.
That is a
Like,
big
she's
improvement.
Not a standalone,
Oh.
she's not a standalone unit for that killer. She is a booster before before everything else. And that's how we should look at it.
I
And
agree.
conveniently, she also has a very good kit to go with it. It's not like she's just a booster. No, she's a booster with also a very good kit to go with it.
Mhm.
Booster
And hey,
with the beam
conveniently,
first
she has,
strong effect. Oh, go ahead, Ridley.
she's got that poison resistance for week 1 of Guild Quest now
For
too.
one of the weeks, yeah.
She sure does.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, they're doing these status elements and tailoring them to these new characters, and it frustrates me because my thought process is this isn't going to change. Like, they're going to be trying to
So
milk the
it-
whales
it-
every single
Yeah.
rotation now, and so it's
Yeah.
like a lot of people are competing. They're like going, it's like, oh, it's being top 20, we're S League, this and that, and it's just like it was already a whales world, right? When it comes to like doing like sub 2-second runs. And just now, as like people are finally getting to like that sub 3-second runs without real effort, while being free to play, they flip the script. They nerf all the special moves. They give like a mass amount of defense, which I guess it ended up not being too bad compared to like what we expected it to be. Like I feel like a lot of, maybe I don't know about you guys, but I expected us to like deal nearly no damage with our NAD characters unless they were like 2 to 3 out of 5 at least.
Yeah.
Get ready for next week with the even more buff defense.
Oh,
It's higher next week?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not
What
know
is
that.
that?
You're really
I did
too
not know
funny.
that.
Let me pull the chart up for you.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Oh my
post it
God.
up. Let
I
me.
just found this like a night or two ago.
I didn't
Yeah, but
know
then we
that
have
it was
bigger boosts
changed.
as well.
Holy.
We have a
Oh,
bigger
that's
boost,
gonna be
don't we?
fun.
Like the bonus rolls give us a bigger boost, right? Bigger boost.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it, is to counteract that.
The
Yeah, so what's the
damage.
point? If you just like try to equalize everything, like just like
I don't know, man. It's like this new hard guild quest.
Just
like,
let
unless
us-
you have a full team transcended, you have no.
actually
You're not gonna
no.
do it.
Yes and no, I would say, to be honest, because I'm doing it with like 3 or 5 Rukia as a main,
Mhm.
and it works. Like I feel like the previous guild quest, you need to have almost like all 3 units max transcended if you wanted to get like an edge in the guild quest. But at least because that now the special move is completely nerfed, if you have 2 support units that can carry you, like just like 3 or 5 main unit or 2 or 5 main unit is good enough.
My concern is
If
like
your support can carry, if your support can carry.
I'm just concerned that it's like I feel like these game modes aren't really fun. I mean, they're challenging if you don't have the units already built up and stuff, but in the future, it's like it's not even gonna matter. So like, I kind of wish that they would just let us reign free for a little bit and then just buff the guild quest when shit starts getting a little too crazy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
With that in mind, I have a question for you guys. Since you guys basically like have seen this game like come up from the ground up and whatnot, with like how the power ups came with like link slots, transcendence, and all that. How do you think they're gonna go about with this new power creep? Because like what Spite said earlier, they're making it easier for these new players to get like Hogyoku wills,
Yeah.
droplets, and whatnot. Do you think they're gonna keep that same pattern of where once the power creep hits, it's gonna be like it's gonna take you're gonna have to like choose which characters you want to like transcend even further?
Absolutely.
Like 2-3
It's-
characters a month?
Bro, it's
Or
always
without
been that
doubt?
way. Always been that way. Extreme
always
Co-op,
been that
when
way, yeah.
Inheritance Zone came out, when 6 Stars came out, when Hogyoku's came out, when Hogyoku Wills came out. Every single time that they come out with something new, it has always been incredibly restricted, and it's not... It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
And
mean,
like to this day, like even transcendence right now is still like hard to do, you know, like getting large scrolls is no easy task. Like we barely get anything from epic raids, and like honestly the only real method to get those large scrolls, unless you already have them like farmed up, is like the daily scrolls, you know.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
issue is more the small and medium when it comes to SP and attack.
For
I feel
sure.
like that's even worse than the large scrolls. Because large scrolls, you literally log in, do your daily, that's it, done. Yeah, with the daily, you should be fine.
Yeah.
But like the medium and smalls, those are still
That's
limited.
always been the case. Look at the crystals as well. Like you need the tech one more than anything else. So like
Yep.
there's always been an imbalance in the game with resources. same thing
Right.
with the scrolls. Like
Yep.
we probably have a bunch of small and medium stamina and defense scrolls lying around just for nothing. Meanwhile, spirit pressure, attack, and focus are very low. Probably like
Very used.
focus and sorry,
Yeah.
attack and spiritual pressure are like the ones that we are just like they are really hard to get. Like these are the ones that we're really lacking.
Hmm.
And obviously,
Yeah,
you
It's
can't
like the main
change
one
them.
we use for all the characters. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't exchange them. Like thing is, what's
Exactly.
very funny is I have resources for days in terms of small and medium like stamina and defense scrolls, but because I cannot be asked to do transcendence trials to get like the large stamina and defense scrolls, I'm never gonna use this. Like they're just gonna be sitting there in my inventory. And fun fact, I discovered this yesterday. You cannot even sell these. You can't
No,
sell
you
like
can't.
no. Just go to your inventory right now. You cannot sell any transcendence material. It's unsellable.
I don't know. I
That's
sold a good
that's
amount
a
of
great
Hogyokus.
The game prevents you from selling any transcendence material.
I mean, I feel like that'd be screwed up if someone actually sold their stuff and ended up goofing. Like,
Dude, you can sell special move sources. You can sell
Yes,
special move
I've seen
But you
someone
cannot
accidentally
sell
sell. I
special
felt
scrolls.
so horrible for them, but I kind of laughed at them low key.
It's like, why
I'm
would you
like,
do
what's
that
the
to
logic
yourself?
behind this? Like, how do you decide? Like, you know what? This material that
Okay.
you get like once every 4 months, fine, you can sell it. But this one, this the stamina scroll, the small one, no. That
Nope.
thing's gonna stay.
No sell for you. You're not getting rid of me.
It's like you're not getting, and like the only value they have is when you want to fully transcend the character and/or for PvP, because like that's what we use in PvP, stamina or defense.
So
But
going
that's
into
like every now and then.
resources, what are your thoughts on the droplet link drop rate up for the new Mashiro that came out?
It's cute.
It's cute.
It doesn't really
I
make
thought-
her
It's
that
like
much more
it's like if you
valuable.
have resources, it's like it's whatever. But like for the newer players, I could see like how that could be of value, because a lot of people like tell me it's like, oh yeah, I'm out of droplets. I'm like, wow,
My-
like, it's insane. How many people
Wow.
are.
My thought process on it is, I feel like they're gonna force it. I feel like they're gonna force us to have to use a lot more droplets whenever this upgrade material thing is kind of like how
Maybe,
we.
yeah.
'Cause
Yep.
we had no use for Hogyokus until Transcendence. Like, once you had like 200, 300 Hogyokus, you didn't need any more. Like, you were pretty much good forever until Transcendence came out, and then you burned through it like crazy. Or at least I did.
Exactly. Everybody thought they had a stock of Hogyokus and Hogyokus. Well, like when they first introduced level 200, everybody was short on this material, and then with time, with all this, you know, like people just like piled them up. Like we had like resources for days when it comes to Hugs and Hugs wheels, and now Transcendence came and boom, everybody's just like
Broke.
looking for Hogyokus. It's like, wow, where did it go? Where did it all
Yep.
go now? So even if now everybody feels comfortable with droplets and they're like, yeah, but it's fine, it's easy to farm, we can always get them easily. It's, leave
Yep,
it to
yep.
K-Lab to prove you wrong.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
definitely interesting.
I feel like it's more for the newer players.
Yeah.
But it's something else that they're monetizing. That's the thing. It's just something else for people to feel the need to chase and to feel the need to summon for. And that's what it comes down to. When you
Okay.
feel like you have everything, here's something else to summon for.
K-Lab just gives you, yeah.
Two bird, one stone. Maybe it's also for newer players, just like they introduced like the Zael Link with the Crystal Link a little bit earlier as well. It could be like just like them just introducing something that's going to have a double impact. One for newer players that are going to be able to level 200 characters easier, and for more seasoned players that can now just farm the new power-up system easier. Because otherwise, why would K-Lab introduce something they cannot make money off? That's the question. Like, they
That's
introduced
true.
potion units, and they've been banking hard on it all of
Hard.
last year. Like 2020 was the year of potion units, and they've made serious bucks out of those potion units.
Yep.
So why would they introduce a unit that doesn't have any value for 90% of the player base?
You're not wrong. That's like something that they might like pull it out of their ass soon enough, or like we're gonna be broke on droplets or something with the new Transcendence. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a motive. There's always a motive behind like what they drop.
For
Even
sure.
though we say it's trash, somehow, some way, it just comes back to us, and it's like, oh shit, I should have gotten that character.
It's
You know,
trash because we don't know yet what the motive is, and that's how they
Exactly.
want to do it. First they release something, and people are like, huh, that's a skip. Give it like
That's a
3-4
skip.
weeks when the new system comes back, and they're gonna be like, huh,
Oh.
should have got the old.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, well, another thing that happens, and this is, it's like backwards validation, right? Like it's like for instance, like cool, your theory about Noel, right? Like you're like somebody's gonna come out and just completely eclipse her or whatever, right? But it's like people thought the same thing about the 5th anniversary units, and look at where we are. No one has eclipsed them. Like you see what I'm saying?
I know. To me, those guys are going to be relevant until at least mid of 2022. They're going to be like so relevant. Like we're still using characters from back in the days. Like I'm still using TLA Soifon to this day. Like some characters do not just die off like this. Some characters just outlive the game more than they should. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a handful of this, but they outlive. Tokinada, even to this day, this guy's gonna like he's a year and 2 months old now. Maybe a little bit more than actually. And he's gonna be still relevant for a lot of content for a while.
Oh yeah.
And he's not the only one. Like there's a few characters like this that are just like out of they're completely out of their time. Like they're completely not in sync with their time.
Yeah, Fullbring Ichigo was a perfect example from like when he first came out.
Yeah.
No one was touching him. Bankai when he first came out. Soifon wasn't even crazy until like Guild Quest actually like started coming out and people realized like she's actually
she
nuts.
resurrected out of nowhere. Like it was like that one character that was okay, and then all of out of nowhere, boom, she became like the queen of the whole mode.
I remember, like, people were like, "Oh, Longstride isn't really. She's a soy phone." That's what everybody was saying. Ah, she's a soy phone. Who cares? I'm like, bro, this banner is cracked. Like, what do you mean?
That banner was good.
It was Shinji. It was Ryukin, Shinji, and Soifon, right?
Yep. And Ryukin took 1 damage when he came out, so like he was good. Like,
yes, he was doing crazy damage. He's 20 DR, like. Bro, yeah, that banner was so good. It was good when it came out, but people slept on it. And then as soon as the new Guild Quest came out, they realized. And the same thing almost happened with Armor Yodoichi if she just had a full screen soul bomb, bro. Like,
and doesn't pose as well, because like once you use the soul bomb, she just like stays in place for like a few seconds and she's like, oh, time to go.
Yep. So I think let me see. So the last major thing that we wanted to discuss would be the altered Bankai, the Spirits Are Forever With You, or the Can't Fear Your Own World and the Spirits Are Forever With You, collab. That's basically what we want to talk about. They gave us a roadmap of some of the captains. It was like Shunsui, Gin. Gin was on there, and there are some other, but there are some that they didn't show. They didn't show like Toshiro. They didn't show Mayuri. They didn't show, well, Byakuya already got his technically. So, and that's the thing also, right? Because if you guys remember, when they announced Can't Fear Your Own World, and then 3rd anniversary Ukiura came out, quote unquote, under the Can't Fear Your Own World umbrella, but he was really never Can't Fear Your Own World because he was always released as a premium character. So basically the same thing is happening with 5th anniversary Byakuya. It's what it looks like. Is where all the other characters are going to get their altered Bankai,
and they'll be limited.
Won't get one because he's already in the game. So
yeah, I agree 100%. I really do feel like that's going to happen, especially with like Spirits Are Forever With You. They don't have that many characters that are like they have a good bit of characters that are hype, but like there's not many characters that I feel people would really fall in love with, right? Like Hikone, or at least for me, when they released Hikone. I said it when they were starting to release like Hikone and then Tokinata. I'm like, these characters are going to be. I'm telling you, these characters are going to be broken because nobody gives a rat's ass about any of these characters. And what happened? Long Stride. We finally got another Long Stride Sprinter +2 Flash Step character with like for Hikone, which was stupidly OP. And then Tokinata was like next level beyond retarded. Like.
Meanwhile, characters like Confident One Neliel that were supposed to be hyped because people like Neliel or Alibel. This is what we got.
That's foul.
I mean Neliel's Confident One version. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I literally was thinking the same thing because like those characters got like they were literally Can't Fear Your Own premium banner. Like that's literally what they were. Like
100%.
Like they were literally premium banners. Like the soul bombs were like vanilla as hell. I mean,
Oh my god, you're
Calabell
right.
just cruised over some water and did a slash, and that was it. I was like,
I don't even remember.
Oh.
Wait, Nell was just a Seto, right?
yeah, it was just a setup, but it just showed the little pancake.
The little pancake
cheek.
booty.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
pancake smudger.
The
You
little
know what I'm
pancake
saying?
butt. Oh
To
man.
get the boys, nose bleeding real quick, and then she just did a Sarah. It was like no, it's like yeah. Some of the worst characters that were overhyped can't fear in world. And that-
Yeah,
that's fact.
facts.
That's
Oh,
fact.
dude,
Aura
it bugged
yeah.
me. And Aura was hype, and it's funny because a lot of people are like, it's like, oh, but Aura wasn't supposed to be hype either because she falls under that umbrella, and it's like, no, a lot of people were stupidly hyped about Aura after they saw the after they saw the Hikone and after they saw the Tokinata. It's like, oh, these characters are going to be busted, and there's no way that they were going to make like Bankai Hikone that much worse than Mind Hikone. Like that would just literally be stupid.
Yeah.
And
Meanwhile, look at Aura.
Yeah, and I still joke about that. I'm like, yo, it's funny that they shafted all the female like canon characters.
Do you think they would come up with another version of Aura, like a non?
Yeah, they could definitely. Like,
shafted one, just like as a finishing move. or something?
they definitely made enough money, I think, to like be able to renew the license, get a half decent deal on it, and then just re-release like characters with different. Re-release the character itself with a different unit, and then just make them busted just to sell more, which they could definitely
Seems
do.
with Aura 2021.
Yep, yeah.
I would hope so.
It could happen. It could happen. Like, she's wife material, like you said. Like it could happen. People will summon for her if she's broken.
I was mega hyped for Aura. I was very disappointed.
I remember.
'cause, like she's the strongest woman in the Soul Society. So that is literally that's what's said in the context of the story, right in the text that she is the strongest woman. So
And I feel sorry for that Soul Society, given what she is.
right, like
I feel
Wait,
sorry
yeah.
now.
In Soul Society or like just full bringer? Like it didn't say that.
no. Everything.
She's the strongest woman in the Bleach verse.
She's the Goku
Like,
of Bleach, dude. Like,
yeah, she's ridiculously powerful. Like she can basically she literally created Hikone. Like she can think of stuff and like not make it materialize, but she can think of stuff and make it happen. Like she can literally she can manipulate matter to like the highest degree, to the point where that's why she can turn herself into like vapor. She can make herself like completely malleable. Like you can't hit her, you can't damage her, like none of that. She can make volcanic lava and like a typhoon at the same time, like just smashing into you. Like
I feel like
In the cheeks, bro.
I feel like in the ending of the podcast, we need to just like overlay what Dee's saying. This we need to overlay her collision, like range collision, just
the range
for the sake of it, you know.
Just have her
That
not
feels
killing
bad, dude.
like basic tier 1 hollows.
Like dramatic, like add some dramatic music as you say all this, and then like add like a small visual of her like range collision.
Bro,
Yeah.
just tickling the mobs, like. Bro.
I mean, we'll see. I do feel like the best is yet to come. Caleb's only gotten, in my opinion, better when it comes to like making characters with animations, as long as they're not premium pool like fodder units.
Without a doubt.
So
I mean, Ichigo was premium, like the Ichigo, Kenpachi, and Aizen were premium. Yet the animation was
yeah, but they weren't
phenomenal.
fodder though. Like they weren't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider them fodder. Like there's characters that are like just straight up fodder. Sapporo fodder. Like this Uryu is like he's good, but he's still like mid. Like his animations are okay.
Well, look at Zael's. Zael's special is like a 2015 special.
Yeah.
And a 4-star. A 4-star from 2015 special, kind of. It's that bad. It's just like slashing in the air, and there's not even any background around. It's just like
I will say I love the animation on his vortex.
the vortex. Yeah,
That's probably the
hands
cutest
down,
vortex
it is-
I've seen in my
I love
life.
it. Hands
It looks
down,
Yeah. But
that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
What are your guys' thoughts on the next PV? I don't think it's the next PvP mode, but like they have a new mode called like Battle Arena. I forget exactly.
Oh yeah, the arena.
Yeah. So what do you think that's gonna
Yeah.
entail? Because I just draw a blank, to be honest.
Yeah, it's basically PvP, but you can face other servers. That's it. Lazy move.
Lazy
money,
money.
everybody happy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they let you control anything.
I mean, look at when they announced Chronicle Quest. Like the way they pitched it was like you're gonna have a new way to relive the story
Love the
of
story,
Bleach.
but
Right?
And then what? And then what did we get?
oh
Honestly,
my
I'm
God.
not keeping
You're
my
not
hopes
wrong.
up. My hopes up.
You're
My
not
hopes are
wrong.
not very high.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's not a lie.
that's not cap at all. Yeah.
You're not capping at all. Like you're 100% true. So like they could just be like hyping it up, and then like, it just end up being another disappointing like.
The sad thing is that it wouldn't make sense for them to not hype it up because it's a whole new game mode.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, man.
Guild Quest was something like that was the one game mode that really changed the game in a way.
Oh, for sure.
Guild
I mean,
Quest was huge.
Yeah.
That was like probably
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the biggest change ever to happen in the game. Senkaman was like, okay. Epic Raid was like, okay. Guild Quest, it shaped the game in a different direction.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, like that's the thing too, is that like Spike made this real. I think he made it. I think he published it. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. Spike did this video where he was talking about the OS of this game, like the backbone, the operating system, the game engine that
the
game
engine
is run from. Yeah, the engine.
It's old, huh?
Operating system. It's old. Yeah, like
yeah.
it's very limited. Like, bro, when the engine of this game first launched, like we were on literally iPhone 5, I think.
What were we?
No. It was 2015, so it was like iPhone.
It was like seven, I believe.
iPhone 5, 6, yeah, something like that. No, it's not 7, 5 or 6. You're right.
5 or 6. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I can tell you for sure, 100% for a fact, people were playing this game on iPhone 4s. I can guarantee you. Like, obviously, you know, maybe their phone was like a year old or something. You know what I mean? But people were playing this on very old technology. So just like Spike was saying, like those resources, those old strong attacks, those are still in the game. We have 5+ years of strong attack data that they can't delete. Like those old bad strong attacks, they're still in the game, and that stuff is never going anywhere. So there's only limited stuff that they can add in regards of new animations and stuff like that.
Yes and no, because I'll tell you this. They over time they keep stopping to support older OSs, and obviously like if you don't support those OSs, you also like stop supporting certain devices that can only afford to go up to this OS. So over time, they've actually like made the game a lot more resource hungry. Like they've really they've changed a lot of things under the hood to make the game require a lot more processing.
True.
And that's why they even added like settings where you can remove some of the extra animations on screen and stuff, because they have done a lot of work under the hood. The core engine is probably the same. They've evolved it and done a lot of stuff, but the core engine is probably the same.
It is.
The game's never going to be something like Genshin, where it's going to be like a complete like new graphics, something amazing. It's never going to be this way. But if you really compare it to what's on the market, it's one of the only game where you have like proper 3D hack and slash for characters. Like most of the games don't even go that far. They don't allow you to control your characters, play with like activation cast times and stuff. This level of complexity is something that we only have. Guild Quest, the old Guild Quest, the first version of Guild Quest, was probably one of the only, like BBS was the only game to have a game mode that was not friendly. It was like, it was open to anyone. It was mainly based on skills. And I can ask you anyone now to give me a game where a game mode is 100% based, like that much based on skill, and skills can make such a difference. What they did with Guild Quest V1 was impressive. It was a proper game of skills.
Yeah, it was massive
at the beginning.
And the change was welcome because, you know, this Guild Quest takes less time. It's less of a commitment. It's more of a commitment for your account, but less of a commitment for your time.
Yeah.
Actual.
Yeah,
I find that
building up the characters and stuff like that. But it was definitely, because I can tell you for sure, like I would have a better account than some people, better accessories all around, but some people would get better scores. Like I literally knew people that literally only had 3 max rolled accessories of each type: a tension tie, a fortification pill, and like a Shinji's cap, like something general that would pretty much use on anybody. And for all these weeks they're using those, and it's because I used to do my own layouts. Like when I needed one, I would go to Cool or Udahara back in the day. There were some really good people, but Cool always was one of the first ones to do his. I know he worked hella hard on his GQ maps, but I would do my own GQ maps, and then I would see someone else do it better, and I'd be like, you know what? I would switch out something, but it was skill, it was calculation, it was okay. I can't use this strong attack here, and you had to learn how to flash step. Like people don't realize that there is a true flash stepping technique in this game, and if you're not flat, nowhere else in the game did it matter except for Guild Quest. If you weren't flash stepping right,
and speedruns, like if you do speedrun on Senkamen, trust me, flash step is also a big one.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, but a lot of people didn't realize that. So I had to change the way I was flashing. I used to flash step with 2 hands. I used to just left hand, right hand, like left thumb, right thumb, like just go crazy. Like I had to stop that once I got it in Guild Quest though. But yeah.
So do you think with this new PvP arena thing, do you think they'll bring back that level of quote unquote skill to be able to like?
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I don't think you can do that with PvP. I remember it just being arena, and it was gonna be cross server or something. Yeah, I don't think it's PvP. It's just, they just called it specifically like arena, and then they said it was gonna be cross server with whatever it is.
Didn't they mention that you'll be able? It'll be like multiplayer though.
No, cross server. They just said cross server.
Yeah, they just said cross server.
Well, do you guys have experience with other arena modes in other games that you can share? Maybe that could give us a hint. Because I don't.
I honestly have no idea. Like,
I don't know.
Like I don't see it, like if it's like PvP and it's like kind of like a gladiator battle royale thing. I don't see that being fair, because then someone just comes in with their max transcended Jugrim with their 12-inch dick and just destroys everything.
Yeah. Well, like that's the thing. It's like it's lose-lose if you think about it, because if there was ever any competitive mode like PvP or Battle Arena, let's just say, and you can manually control characters, then the whole meta is different, because then it'll be ranged characters like Tokinata hit and flash step away. Why would that not be the meta? There's nothing going to be more powerful. Even if you got a Jugram, I'm going to run away for 10 seconds, then I'm going to clap the team. It's like, so it's like, maybe I promise you, if they add something like that to this game, it will literally, that would infuse life to the game. That's a lot of content, trying stuff, getting familiarized with things, what builds work. That's a lot to do, especially if there's some.
Did they say that you could control your character?
Yeah, I said if you could.
Oh, if you could. Okay.
Two words. Chronicle Quest. Shorter one. Caleb.
Oh, they need. Yeah. I hate Chronicle Quest.
Yeah.
I mean, the only problem that I have, and that's my only worry, is any kind of competition in gacha game is an open door for monetization.
Yep.
Well.
So and waiting, exactly. So anything that's competitive, and especially if you increase the scale to be cross-server, that screams to me well hungry. Like it screams to me like a money-hungry game mode. So yeah, like if you look at games of competition, like I'm talking about Bleach Immortal Souls, this game, and like all the games where you just have like you just increase the power of your account by increasing all your characters and stuff. Like all those games are just about like rankings and like showing off, and like the more money you can spend, the higher you're gonna rank and stuff like that. So anything where you can show off and be better than others and rank up and stuff like that is an open door to waiting. So I'm a little bit skeptical about this new game mode, because I really don't want it to be this way.
I just want to say one thing real quick. There's a way that they can tastefully do it. Period, point blank. If you can only pick one unit, that's it. If you can pick one unit it won't matter. Like if I have one max transited unit that will be good in this arena that can at least be competitive, however it will be. And the main thing that we need to talk about, what will be the rewards? Because no one would do guild quests in its current state if it wasn't for rewards.
True.
Like at the end of the day, that's the only, in every game, it's about the rewards. What am I getting out of playing this? So if they do anything where there's orbs that you can get, you better believe people are going to do it. And if you can have multiple characters, then it's basically just, if there's multiple characters, it's going to be like guild quests, where maybe you control one manually and then two are autoing. That's about all I could really see.
Well, that could work too. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
The rewards you might be able to get, I can see it coming, are some kind of like new little fancy frame around your avatar based on your ranking, and
skins.
only like things to just show, like things to show off, probably. Some new little section in the status screen to share like how good you've ranked on this event. So this would be the main things, because in terms of reward, like it's nothing new to the game. Like we have like 20 different, like we had like different reward shops and stuff in the game so far, and they're kind of all the same. You're gonna get your bracelet tickets, you're gonna get your 1, 2, 5, 10 orbs, you're gonna get like your potions, you're gonna get all of this. So we know it's gonna be this. There's no need to expect anything different from that. You know, it's gonna be it.
I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, I'm just saying, if it's something new that we can get orbs for, that's really going to change the market, because there's not many things that you can get orbs for like daily in this game except for guild quests, and that's what makes guild quest the game mode that it is. You can literally go, you can get enough orbs to do a few summons in a day or two. Like, it can literally happen. You know, 5-5 here, you know, 2-2-2 here. You know, in a week, you got like 100 orbs. You know what I mean?
You're like a multi in a week.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but they balance the amount of orbs they give to the players. So like they have a quota, and every month they make sure that the amount is like roughly the same. So like if we have a new way of getting orbs, they're gonna remove something, because they don't just give and that's it. No, they're gonna remove something else instead.
Have they done something like that in the past that you know of?
Yes, of course
They
they've done.
do it
Like
all
they've
the time.
shifted a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
now, like before, you could get all the PvE content, like the normal events and stuff. Now, if you want to get the same amount of orbs, you need to grind epic rates as well. You need to grind the orbs from Chronicle Quest. You need to grind the orbs from all those different places. So like, you cannot just get the orbs by just like sitting on your couch on auto mod and just like waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work
Like,
anymore. You actually need to diversify the things that you do. You need to invest in different units. So the idea is like, if you stop pulling on characters, if you try to exit this like urge to pull and stuff, you're gonna fall behind, because like the only way to get free-to-play resources in the future is because you have the bonus units for the point events, because you have the bonus units for epic raids, etc., etc. So like you need to pull to be able to keep getting free resources. That's kind of how it works.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what was you about to say, my bad?
No, I was just saying, yep.
I was gonna say, like, that's one thing too, though. Like, they switched around all of the events to where before we used to get monthly events. Every month we would get extreme night the extreme trials or whatever, where now that stuff is literally just embedded into the game. It's just sitting on your account. But those events used to come out every month, and we would get different ones. So now it's like the same exact stagnant pool of, let me just do the point event. Do I have the bonuses? Yes, no, okay. Then you got, okay, Chronicle Quest. All right. Do I have the bonuses? They're the same. If I didn't have the bonuses, was I able to pull any Chronicle Quest bonuses this month? You know what? I just pulled that Yodoichi. I can farm stage 2 a lot better now. Let me find these out.
That's actually a very good point, because
Yeah.
these events, as you mentioned, like the extreme whatever, you know, where you had like boss raid, and you had like advisor raid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those events were kind of like the early stage of Senkamen, because if you completed them, you could get roughly like 100, 200 orbs. So it's like a discounted Senkamen, because you got also like a bunch of bracelet tickets and stuff like that. So you got the tickets, you got the orbs. So in a way, it was kind of like the early stages of what Senkamen has been. And then they've shifted the orbs that you get from this into Senkamen orbs.
Yep.
Increasing the... but the difference is, This event you could complete it with absolutely any unit that you wanted, but Senkamen you need to have the specific bonuses to fit the roles, otherwise it doesn't work. So yes, you get the same amount of ores, but some are like locked behind some paywalls.
Fortunately, though,
Well,
I will say this though: at least Transcendence kind of bypasses a lot of the rules, whereas you couldn't do Transcendence back in the day.
Yes, it does. Yeah. I mean, for sure. Like back in the day, floor 20, if you didn't legitimately, what was it, floor 30? It was floor 20.
33 forging.
Yeah, 33
and
for
in the regular one.
forging.
Forging.
Yeah, 20 on
And 20 on ordeals.
Ordeals.
I forgot
so
the name.
It's like hyper specific units. If you like now, even if you go back and do those without the right units, if you just add a level 10 SP slot, I can guarantee you can clear that.
Oh yeah, dude. I see people. What was it? A lot of people were bragging. They're like, "Oh, I don't see how floor 20 was so difficult back in the day." And I'm like, "You didn't have Transcendence." I'm like, "You didn't have Transcendence," and they're like,
Right.
"Oh," like the realization of you don't have Transcendence back in you. That's an extra 50 SP base like even at level 1. That's pretty big in comparison to like the upgrades that you would get with link slot potions. Like,
and not just that, farming link slots at that time was also a lot harder. So like getting a unit to 10 just to beat that floor was already like a lot of commitment.
Yep.
You didn't just have like 10 units like this. It was hard.
Shoot, I remember back then, before I got the Power Eisen, I did a level 5 link slot on Christmas Lisa, so I could beat that with 3 Senkaisen links. Yeah, I didn't do her level 10 because I was like, I'll pull the Eisen eventually, but I did her level 5, and I had to go full Senkaisen links on floor 20 every month.
I was stingy on potion links. I was stingy on those. I was like, you're getting level 5 deaths, so you're not getting anything more because like I can't afford more.
It's funny because it's like that was when we were getting like the purchase ban warnings and stuff. And, like, I ordered, like, 10k orbs before that. And I felt so bad and dirty for using almost, like... I used so many orbs trying to pull that Power Eisen. And, like, when the Tower of Ordeal... When the... what is it called? When the Ordeals came out, I was like... I am so glad I spent those orbs for this stupid, like, piece of crap. You were sorted,
yes. You were fine. Like, you're one of the only ones to be, like, completely fine with that.
Because there was no individuals. It was just that one double chance banner. And it's like, a lot of people were like, oh, I'll get it when he comes back eventually.
Yeah, it was the next month. They released him, like, 2 months later, I think. 1 or 2 months later, they re-released him in an individual banner. 3%. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any...
Oh,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like I was just gonna ask for everybody's closing thoughts. Like,
that's what I was gonna say.
I was just wondering. Closing thoughts and like where do you guys think the game is going from now? And I'll just let y'all talk.
I think the overall direction of the game is good. Like I can see a lot of people getting burnt out and stuff. That's why I tell a lot of people it's like just relax. It's a mobile game. Like a lot of people get stressed out.
Take your time.
Yeah. It's like how
I think,
go ahead.
What Dee said earlier, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you just gotta take your time, enjoy your time. You don't want to burn yourself out with this game because like if you do that, then you're gonna leave. Just take your time, chill. Like everything will come. Because a lot of people like all these new players see like you guys like watching you guys on YouTube with like all these characters, all this like things on your account, and they're like, oh, I want to be that, but they don't understand.
In 5 years, 5 years,
you guys
days, it doesn't just happen overnight.
That's what I'm saying. That's what some of these guys can't understand. It's like they want to get all this right away, but that's just not how this game works. You just gotta take your time and like chill with it. You know?
What people don't see is, for example, like I remember back in I wouldn't do this anymore because this is too tiring. But back in the days when we had like extreme co-op, when we had like the early stages of this, like extreme co-op would take about like 10 to 15 minutes to complete with a full good team. That was back in the days when it was first introduced, and you needed this to get the brushes. Now you get like 3 brushes every single run. At the time, you could only get 1 single brush if you were lucky enough to get an extra room. So trust me, you would be doing like the full 2-hour session, 6-7 runs at most, for potentially 1 or 2 re-rolling brushes, like the brushes. So we've done the grinding already. Like we've burned ourselves out for this. So the only way to survive this game is if you just take it. Like everybody like think there's a lot of grinding now. Yes, but honestly, compared to the grinding at the time, this is nothing. It's just I don't have the energy to do it anymore. Even
Yep.
if it's a lot less,
Yep,
I
I
don't
agree.
have that energy. I've used it.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like
Yeah.
that's the thing, people, you know, kind of like I have some people, not to get off topic. I have some people that like kind of give me shit. They're like, "Oh, D, like you're playing Genshin now." I'm like, "Bro, I've been playing this game for 5 years. I've been doing content like been almost full time for 2.5 years, however you want to call it. But it's like everything that you can do, I've done, and I'm still so dedicated to this game. Like, you know, still putting out tier lists and like content that people actually enjoy watching. And I'm never going to stop playing this game as long as the servers are up. But I'm still going to play other stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
and that's just like everybody else. Like, don't only play this game because you feel like you need to be a true fan of Bleach, because the thing about Bleach fans is we've been holding on to Bleach for a while. So like other games or other animes have passed us all up. You feel me? So
yeah, for
we just
sure.
gotta get into that mindset. Like, it's okay. I had a guy that said, "Yo, D, I was playing this game for a while. Do you think I should start playing again?" I said, "How long were you playing before you quit? And how long have you not been playing?" He said a few years, and he quit for a few months. I'm like, bro, if you're happy not playing and not having to log in and do that stuff that you felt grimy doing, continue doing what you're doing. Log in when you want to and play the game when you want. Don't ask me should you play, because I'm not going to tell you should. I want you to do what's right for you. So
Yeah,
take
facts.
the game one day at a time, and updates are going to come. Units are going to get more powerful. So never think that one unit is going to last forever. And just play the game for the reason that you want to play.
That's all.
The
That's
thing is,
exactly.
people tend to forget this, but yes, we do content on YouTube, but before being YouTubers, we're just players. Like, we're just players like everyone else. We want to get some units. We go through all this. Like, we play for ourselves as well. It's not just like for YouTube. Like, we play for ourselves. We summon with our own accounts, with our own orbs. You know, it's like it's our blood, sweat, and tears. That's it. And the grind is ours. We do all of it. And we even do more grind than some people, because on top of grinding the game, we grind also for content, because we do some certain things for the content, and then there's like all the content making process. So like we actually, like, the time that we allocate to this one game, Bleach Brave Souls, is a lot bigger than like most players' time, because we also need to plan ahead for content, create the content, edit it, upload it, and like constantly think about new content, because people get bored very easily. So you need to constantly think about new content. You need to be out there. Like, they don't realize that, you know, like, especially you guys on the in the US, like, you guys wake up at like some very unconventional times just for the news and stuff. Like, there's a lot of sacrifices that go into this, on top of just playing that game. Like, I like to play this game for what it is, but there's also like all the sacrifices that come into making the content.
Yep. I love the game. I love the community, man. I love you guys. I really appreciate that we can just do stuff and we can all get together. It's just real easy. Nothing is forced. You guys are all great people. I appreciate what you guys do for the community and for Bleach. Let's all hold on, continue doing what we're doing, and let's just pray that when the anime comes back, we're one of the communities that gets blessed, because we've waited for a long time.
Oh yeah,
very long time. 8 years.
Yeah, I remember.
Like,
I remember.
This is the only game that keeps up with manga like content. You know, that's why we play it, because it's like
Naruto
new.
Blazing shut down. Look at BBS, 5 years and counting, and yet Naruto has had their anime. They had like Boruto and stuff. We haven't had any anime content in years.
Yeah, I was talking to James.
That's an achievement.
Yeah, I was talking to James, and like he was telling me, he's like, yeah. So I told Mark, I'm like, yo, Mark, level with me. Am I wasting my time with Bleach? Like, because people that are at K-Lab have an inside info on what's next, right? Like they know.
Not everyone, like the higher ups, only the higher ups.
Yeah, and Mark literally tells him, he's like, just wait. He's like, just wait. It's coming. Just wait.
It's a little bit longer. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty powerful. Like, so like I'm really hoping that with all this said and done, I hope everybody blows up. I hope that the community can get bigger and better. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It's only going up from here, bro. To be honest, it really is. Like,
oh yeah, dude. Like just look at everybody. Everybody's like so many people have like above 10K subs now. Like that was unheard of. Like when the game like was when Bankai was a thing.
God,
It's like what everyone had like 3K subs, like 2K subs, and everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, that's a lot."
But
Like,
now, if you look in comparison
crazy.
with like other gacha games, like we're far behind every other gacha
Yeah.
game. To be
There's
honest,
hundreds
that's the
of
reality.
thousands.
yeah, that's because Bleach doesn't do a good job at appealing to other people, like Bleach
I don't know if
Brave
it's
Souls.
Bleach or Bleach Brave Souls in general with K-Lab.
It's both, because it's like Bleach ended so many years ago, even before the game came out, right?
Right, wait, like 3 years before the game came out. I believe.
Yeah, like Seven Deadly Sins is
no,
like
no,
active.
not that much. Like the Thousand Year Blood War banner came into the game a year and a half after it was introduced in the manga.
Oh,
When I
interesting.
realized that, I was mind blown. I was like, the manga was ongoing while Bleach Brave Soul was out, and the like Toshio, adult Toshio came. It was announced in the manga, and then a year and a half later, boom, it was already in the game. So
Interesting.
that was very close to the day that it was like officially announced in the manga.
I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, here's
That makes
hoping
sense.
that here's hoping that the anime is good.
It will be.
I feel like that's gonna be
It will be, man. Bleach was like if you look at Bleach compared to some of the other early 2000 anime, it is leagues
Top
ahead.
tier.
And that's not
Top
me being
tier.
biased. I'm
Yeah.
just like
Top tier, like animation, just everything was so beautiful. Like the last
soundtrack, art, like the character
Beautiful.
design.
Soundtrack. That's for me what got it. Like soundtrack was amazing.
A lot of people draw inspiration. Like I've watched a lot of these like newer animes that I'm watching them late, but they're like new stuff. But like people are like kind of shouting out Bleach, like this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Dude was like, yeah, man, I was hoping to get like a Bankai. Or
Yeah.
something. Like, I was hoping to kind of like it's like people are paying homage to Bleach because how the characters were designed. No anime had character design like Bleach. Like, what anime did you see with characters like Renji and Kenpachi, like and Byakuya, like?
Did you put Renji and Kenpachi in the same sentence?
I'm saying as far as design. I'm saying as far as design, like
about to hit you
Renji's
with this
design-
blacklist.
bro.
Okay.
Renji is the one that got beaten up all the time, and Kenpachi is the guy that beats up everyone all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying for art. That's all I'm saying.
You're joking,
not
bro.
Power level, Jesus Christ, not power level. But yeah, like
I don't know. Renji got that Vegeta forehead though, low key. Like,
True.
Yeah, but like he tied it. Like, bro, I know y'all remember the manga, like the the early manga, the covers where like Renji had like the goggles with the tattoos showing. Like that's dope. Like
That
nobody
was badass.
yeah, man.
yeah, there were the anime characters that had that type of swag that dressed like Bleach characters dressed. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Me too. I mean, I guess we
Yeah,
could
that's a good
conclude it. Anyone have anything else to throw in?
I'm done.
That's
Support
pretty much
Bleach.
it.
Support Bleach.
Yeah, wait on it, bro. Once the anime comes back, it's all up from here, baby.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate you guys coming out to discuss everything with me. I'm sorry I was late. I like literally like woke up and I'm like, oh my god, and I was like running around.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys
It's been
listening.
great.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
Go.
I appreciate you guys coming out and listening. I know it's definitely much longer than normal, like an hour and 45. But I mean, like there's like actually a lot to discuss, and it's been such a long time. So like everything's I guess everything just stacks up on top of each other. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Y'all have a blessed day, and I guess we'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all want to say goodbye?
Peace, boys. Y'all take care.